We are talking about today's big cabinet shakeup in Washington tonight. President Trump fired Kristi Noem as Homeland Security Secretary, then picked Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin to fill the post. And tonight the question is, who's going to fill Mullin's U.S. Senate seat?
Boy, there are a lot of tea leaves trying to be read in this tonight. News 4's Spencer Humphrey is here with where the experts are placing their bets. Spencer?
Yeah, since this news came out today, the rumors have been swirling and speculation has gone off the charts in the Oklahoma political world about who has the best chance at winning Mullin's seat. Right now, the experts are leaning toward a man very familiar to Oklahomans.
It's just, pretty humbling when you start thinking about it.
Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin still taking it all in hours after he found out Tuesday President Trump chose him to replace embattled Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem.
A little kid from West Oklahoma gets to serve in the president's cabinet. That's pretty neat.
Flashpoint co-hosts Todd Lamb and Mike Turpin say while Mullin might not have been on most people's radars for the job, he actually makes a lot of sense in the context of Trump.
Senator Mullin and President Trump have had probably hundreds, if not thousands, of conversations about all things. They've been very close personal friends outside of politics for a number of years.
The number one criteria for Trump is loyalty. And I'm just saying, Markwayne Mullin has been behind this president on everything, even when I thought Markwayne Mullin should stand up to him.
And now it leaves Oklahoma with a rare open U.S. Senate seat.
Governor Stitt will have the authority to appoint that position.
Whoever Stitt appoints will only serve as a temporary senator until voters elect a permanent replacement.
You need to look out for who's his right-hand man or woman that he knows he can trust to be a U.S. senator for the next several months.
In a statement Thursday, Governor Stitt said in part, "I will be looking to appoint a strong, small government conservative voice to support President Trump and protect Oklahomans' way of life. The election to choose the permanent replacement will be this November. The temporary appointee will not be allowed to run in it. But the list of people who can and likely will run is long."
I think right now, I would say there are probably no less than 150 people, and that's not exaggeration, a minimum of 150 people think they have a legitimate shot.
Lamb says all 5 of Oklahoma's U.S. House members are probably interested. So too, he thinks, are people who've already been running statewide campaigns for other offices.
I think we could see a candidate for governor or candidates for governor to decide, you know what, I think I can get some President Trump endorsement or President Trump's help. Hell, I'm going to jump out of the governor's race and jump in the U.S. Senate race.
If you ask Turpin,
I think the race for U.S. Senator, the next U.S. Senator in Oklahoma, is Stitt's to lose.
he believes Governor Stitt, whose final term just so happens to end the same time this Senate seat will be up for election, will not only run, but may just run away with it.
8-year governor, whether you agree with him or not, he's a popular person. He's got a wonderful family.
While Lamb also thinks it's probably Stitt's race to lose, he'll ultimately give the edge to whoever can secure President Trump's endorsement.
Because we're in Oklahoma, President Trump carried Oklahoma in such a strong manner. He carried all of Oklahoma's 77 counties.
Getting that would likely prove hard for Stitt, who last month Trump called the very mediocre at best rhino governor of Oklahoma after Stitt criticized some of Trump's immigration policies. That in mind, though, Turpin still thinks Stitt will get by.
Stitt will win anyway, in spite of the Trump endorsement being for somebody else in this state. That's a bold prediction on my part. But I'm just saying I believe that Trump's endorsement is not what it once was.
All right, so what does the timeline look on all this? Well, Mullin takes over DHS Secretary on March 31st, so Stitt has until then to appoint the temporary replacement. The very next day, on April 1st, is the filing deadline to run for the seat permanently in November. So we're about to have a busy few weeks, not only of Stitt making that temporary appointment, but also of people announcing they're taking the plunge to vie for a U.S. Senate seat.